Alright guys, welcome back. Today, again, we're going to be doing pork butt, as you can see right here. Look at that. Oh yeah. So we're going to be smoking it on the pitboss pellet smoker. And this is what you're going to need. You're going to need your binder, mustard. You put that on first. And then Cosmos Dirty Bird, or Dirty Road. You'll put that after you put the mustard, and that'd be the first two things you put on the smoker first. And then the second steps will have, I forgot the aluminum pan inside, but the second steps would be after you finish cooking it overnight, you would put in the aluminum pan with brown sugar in the bottom, unsalted butter, and a little bit of honey. And then you place the piece of meat on there again, and then you repeat the same stuff. But I'll show you guys better when we get to that point. But for now, what we're gonna do is you get a knife, and we're gonna score the pork butt. We're gonna make nice little cubes. Try to make them like a 1/2 inch deep. You're gonna do this all across. Oh yeah, look good. We're gonna do fat side up. Oh yeah. Kind of chilly, I was like. Look at that. Do that, and we'll flip it around and do it the same way. This helps it render a little better. And this is a bone-in pork butt, or pork shoulder, whatever you guys want to call it. So once you do that, you see it's cut into some nice little cubes. Next, what you're gonna want to do, oh, this is gonna turn into good stuff, but that's gonna be towards the end. You're gonna be like, sheesh. But next, we're gonna put mustard, spread it all over, and then we're gonna do the Cosmos seasoning. So let's go ahead and get our hands dirty. Get the mustard. You won't need the knife anymore, so you can put that. You get the mustard. You just sprinkle it on. Sprinkle it on. I'll use that right now. I'm gonna try to use one hand so I can have the other one. Oh, I got mustard. Try to get it inside the creases. Everywhere. This is just a binder. You guys won't taste the mustard. Get it in all the cracks and crevices. And you're gonna do this all around. Flip it. Get your mustard. Do it everywhere. Look at that. Yeah. You can see the bone right there. Get this mustard, the binder everywhere. The pork butt. I only use one hand, so I can use the other one. Seasoning. My brace is getting off of the mustard. Okay. A little more. That's what it sounds like after you eat Taco Bell. We'll do that. And once you got it all covered in binder, you could do any what is it? Seasoning of your kind, but I like using this one. So let me go ahead and open it. That, and don't be scared to put seasoning. It's a big piece of meat. I'm trying to get it in all this place. Look at that. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. Try to open it in the creases if you can. There goes that. And you're gonna do this all around, everywhere. Possible. Pat that in. Don't be scared. Oh, flip the big thing. Do it again. Look at that. Oh yeah. Bank it. more seasoning, the better. Look how that looks. Looks good. You want to see all this thing covered. But that's how you guys want it to look. Covered on all sides, or sizes. Look at that. Ooh, looking pretty good. Let me get a little bit in there. Oh yeah. And what you want to set your smoker on is, I have it on 220, and that's how it's gonna sit through the whole night. 220, and the goal is to try to get this internal temperature before wrapping it is 165 to 170. And once you hit that internal temperature, then that's when we're gonna take it out and we're gonna put it in an aluminum pan, and we're gonna do the brown sugar, the butter, and the honey steps to it. We'll wrap that in foil paper and we'll throw it back into the smoker until the internal temperature hits like 200 to 205, and then you'll take it out, but don't open it. You'll let it rest for about an hour to 2 hours, and then when that gets there, that's when we get to shred it, and you know, you get to eat it and enjoy it. But now I'm gonna cut the camera off, and I'll see you guys right now. Then we'll go put it on the smoker. And what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna pop the smoker open, and we're gonna throw it on there. Look at that. Ooh, looking good. You want? Yeah. We're gonna do fat side up. So I'm gonna go ahead and place it on there. I like to put it close to the chamber right here, where the smoke comes up, so the airflow comes. I'll go like that. But that's there it is, guys, right there. I have it set to 220. Now from here, I did it at nighttime, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I'll wake up in the morning and I'm gonna test it with my thermal pin and see if it reaches 165 to 170. When that is, I'll be back with you guys to wrap it. But there goes that. I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, it's been almost 9 hours on the pitboss overnight, and look, that's how it's looking. And this, you could tell by color. I could tell, like right here, this is gonna go in like when you want to wrap it, but you could go ahead and test it with your thermal pin. Look, 163, 164. There's a bone somewhere in there, so that's not that one. Yeah, look, 1 too deep. But you can see the deal. It's pretty much ready to get wrapped. So let me get the stuff situated, and then we'll be back with you guys so we can show you guys how to wrap it. Alright guys, now that you get your pan, aluminum foil, your butter, I already cut it. You could do honey if you want. I'm gonna do a little bit, and then your brown sugar. So what you're gonna do, what you're gonna start off with, you're gonna put some brown sugar in here. Doesn't really matter how much. As long as you get pretty much used. This is a big piece of meat, so that's good for the base. And then you go ahead and put your butter to. I cut these into tablespoons. It comes on the packet. Boom. Now that you got there, you put a little bit more. Make it look good. And then what you're gonna do next is put a little bit of honey. A little bit of honey. I got the cheap one from Walmart. This one. But you could go get the, you know, the one they sell on the side of the road, natural. Same thing. Look how big, yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh look, I left this little paper. Alright. Now that that's there, you can stay the camera there, but I'm gonna grab the piece of meat from the smoker and I'm gonna place it right on top of this. So that's the next step. Okay. Now you're gonna repeat the same thing, but on the top. A little bit of brown sugar, you know. It's gonna make it a little sweet. I like sweet pork. And if you guys go on my channel, you guys are gonna see I did 2 other ones of these. Same thing. It's just we like eating it, so I'm like, I might as well just make a video. Oh shit. There goes that. And then you go ahead and put your butter. Make sure you take that paper off. Yeah. Little butter in there. And one more. Right there. Okay, and then I'll put a little bit of honey on the top. And then we'll wrap it and we'll stick the thermal dot in there so we can keep track of the temperature. And then we want this one internal to reach 205. And then when it reaches 205, we'll sit here and we'll take it off and we'll let it rest an hour up to an hour and a half. But look, I got my thermal pin or thermal dot. I forget. I got the thermal pin and the thermal dot. It's set at 165 right now. I'm gonna put it to 205. Let me close this. While we're doing all this, you guys can just go ahead and put it to 250. Set it. Look, let me keep putting it on. 205, and then you insert this. Make sure where the bone is at. Okay. Yeah, look, 165 is what it's at right now, internal, which that's what we wanted. Now for me, the hard part, we're gonna wrap this bad boy. Okay, that's one. Not the perfect. That's this. And then from here, it's pretty on easy, guys. I don't know how long it's gonna take because every meat's a little different, but I would recommend you guys getting a thermal pin, or this is better, a thermal dot, and you set it to what degree you want it, and it'll start beeping whenever it's ready. So I usually just go in the house and chill, and I'll come check every hour and make sure it's good. But to not waste this butter, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it in there. Because when we open it later in the video, you're gonna see there's gonna be a lot of juice in here, and that juice is gonna be real good. Adding all this butter and brown sugar, it's gonna mix good with the meat. Let me add another piece of wrapping foil on this other half, and then it'll be ready to stick back in the smoker. With this, you guys can go in the house and just do whatever you need to do. Wash your laundry. I'm gonna go to Dutch Bros right now. They got that new matcha. And yeah, I'm gonna put another one on the top, just because I don't want this. I'm gonna add one more going across just so this flat lays down. I know I'm overpassing myself with all this fucking aluminum. You want it to stay nice and warm inside. Let me make sure I wrap it all around the corner. And we got these aluminum pans. If you get them at Walmart, they're like $5-6. But go to Dollar Tree and they're $1. And they have even bigger ones, but they were sold out. So you see this one fit perfect. Okay, let me go ahead and stick this. The good thing about this, it has a magnet. I usually just stick it there, or I put it there. And then I'll pop this thing open. We'll go ahead and do the same thing. Go ahead and take this little piece of meat out. Basically, just do meat. on getting a new smoker because this was my first one, and I plan on getting one with different level racks because I don't like really putting it on the bottom. This one doesn't really matter where you put it. I'll put it in the center. More where I had it. And there, that's how we do, guys. You leave it there until it reaches 205. This will let me know, and we'll come back and show you guys. But there goes that. As you guys can see, look, the timer went off. It's at 205 internal, so that means it's ready. And the next step would be taking it out and letting it rest for 1 to 2 hours. The more the better. But that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. I'm gonna take this aside and I'm gonna let it rest for 2 hours, and then I'll see you guys back at that time, so you guys can look at the final product and we can shred it all and all that. Alright, it's been 2 hours. Now let's open it and shred it. Look at that. Let me take the front. Oh. It's kind of hot still, but look, it just comes right out. You can even use this to shred it. Looking cute. It's hot. I use 2 Oh yes. But let me shred it, guys, and then I'll be back to show you guys the final product. Alright guys, this is the final product. As you can see, already shredded and everything. Now it's ready for the pulled pork sandwiches. But there you guys go. Hope y'all liked the video, and I'll see y'all next time.